Hey everybody, welcome back. So today's video is going to be about William Li Bin. He's the actual Elon Musk of China. He's the CEO of NIO. And why I'm making this video is because I think it is important to talk about the guy behind the wheels of the company. A lot of people have been talking about NIO, the company, what they offer, the speculating. There are like all these theories about NIO becoming the next Tesla and this and that. But we have to understand who's behind the company, and most importantly, the actual innovation, the actual ideas that they're bringing into the game of the electric vehicles from Asia, China, to America, pretty much going through Europe and everything else. So William Li, he's called to be the Elon Musk of China, and some people say that this is going to be the next Tesla killer. So this guy, he's, from what I've read from him, he has a sociology major. He's pretty much invested in an internet company when he started pretty much as an entrepreneur in China. It was an auto company in the automotive business pretty much, and then he sold it. Then in 2014, he pretty much started with some being backed by investors. He started NIO, and most importantly, right now, you know, they pretty much now they IPO'd in the NYSE in 2018, which is pretty much important because this is how they're getting some of the money that they're getting from. In today's video, we're gonna go through three of the most important interviews I think that he's done, analyze the guy, and pretty much shows what they're behind. Some people have told me, hey, you know, you cannot compare Tesla with NIO because Tesla is not an electric vehicle company. Yes, I agree. I also think that NIO is gonna become that. I think that NIO, if you compare the timelines of Tesla and them, they are following the same path. It's exactly what we're gonna cover today. So we're going to show you the first video, and we're going to show you and talk about it as we go through.
William, you had a very strong August. Deliveries for NIO were up 100% year on year. Can that pace of deliveries be sustained, do you think?
In fact, demand in July and August was even stronger than actual deliveries, as we had a conservative sales estimate at the beginning of the year. Our supply chain partners were not ready for even higher production. We are working to solve this problem in the current quarter. We believe production capacity will have improved in September. We will keep boosting capacity in the coming months, especially for the EC6, which started deliveries at the weekend.
Elon Musk has talked about a $25,000 Tesla. What do you know about these plans? Do you imagine that would have to be manufactured, that $25,000 Tesla, in China, given the labor costs and the supply chain?
Undoubtedly, battery costs for the entire industry have been declining. I believe the overall battery cost decrease will help promote EVs. In the Chinese market, the average price for our cars is more than $60,000, which is $15,000 higher than Tesla's average in China. So we have a lot of work to do in this market. In the long term, we will definitely launch more cheaper products, but that's not our priority at the moment.
So it's not their priority at their moment, but it's important to see that they're pretty much pushing the envelope in that sense, and where you could actually see that they are worried about what's important. And this is exactly what Tesla was doing when they started. It's exactly the same. So this is the guy. This is William Li. Now, a little bit of him in the background is that he started doing some kind of internet company before actually starting NIO in 2014. And the next video that we're gonna see is the idea that he has in mind when he started NIO. He obviously is a young person. Okay, he's younger than Elon Musk, and I think he's 37 years old. And I think that he has a lot of potential, and the mindset that he has, the investors and the backup that he has, it's gonna push him through. So let's watch the next one, and we're gonna comment along the way to understand what the idea of NIO is gonna be.
60 Minutes Overtime.
We went to China to look at the electric car industry because it seems that China is really poised to dominate this industry. Chinese cars are sort of known for being not necessarily very good quality, pretty inexpensive. What NIO is trying to do is build an all-electric car that's also a luxury car.
And they started with SUVs. And obviously they have higher quality. They're trying to push that envelope because it looks like China doesn't have that quality level on their cars. They're just mass produced with.
And that is appealing to newly wealthy Chinese who have money to burn and want to spend $60,000 on a car. That's roughly what a NIO costs. One of the founders, William Li, told us,
Here's the guy. Here's William Li. See how he's dressed? See how simple it is? It reminds you of Steve Jobs. It reminds you of Elon Musk. Elon Musk is the same thing. The same guy. Look where they are.
We're not really a car company. We're a lifestyle company. And that's kind of a cliche. A lot of companies that actually sell things, that sell stuff, these days want to tell you that they're a lifestyle company. But I think with NIO, there's an element of truth to it. William Li clearly feels...
That's the one that goes really fast. That's their prototype. So see the similarities? They started like Tesla. Tesla started with with their first fully electric vehicle back in 2008, I think it was, 2010. They talked about it, and that model, I think it was the Model T, I don't remember, but it was like their first. It looked like a Lotus, and it was really, really fast. Their high performance car. It was like $100,000+.
That he has a very clear understanding of newly wealthy middle class or upper middle class Chinese. This new class of prosperous Chinese people who have had money for a while now, have been able to buy the things that they want for a while now, and are starting to think about what they want their lives to be like.
There's a lot of rich people in China too.
Like what they want for their children. And he clearly thinks that NIO, his car, can be part of that.
If you're buying a car, you're not just buying a vehicle, you're buying a ticket to a new lifestyle.
And so he's doing several things. First of all, if you buy a NIO car, you get an app, and that connects you with an entire kind of social network.
So you see what he's doing, right? So they are pretty much separating. So it's a lifestyle. Like if you buy a NIO, you're now part of this group. Okay, you're gonna be part of this society of people that are pretty much at the same level you are, and you know it's like kind of setting you apart. It's pretty smart in the sense how they're starting that. And I'm pretty sure that's just so that they can get that niche and then say, okay, rich people with money, they like the quality of the product, they like the company, so we're putting in. Look at this.
Of other NIO owners. And then NIO has also set up these places called NIO houses.
This is.
There are some things beyond the car. The second floor is like a clubhouse.
Oh, you can't come here unless you own a NIO or
You heard that? So it's like you're buying a membership to like a club. So you get the car and you cannot go in this place. This is only for NIO.
Ordered a NIO.
Yes.
And then you're part of the club.
Yes.
And you get to hang out here.
Yes.
And they're in some of the kind of most expensive real estate in places like Beijing and Shanghai. And the idea is that if you're a NIO buyer, you can go to these places and they offer things like flower arranging courses, teaching you about
Flower arranging courses? Are you serious? I mean, that's just
espresso coffee, how to make an espresso coffee. There's the playroom for kids. It's a place to
yeah, at least it's for free. You can go in there and you can have somebody take care.
Socialize. And the idea is that NIO helps offer them a kind of upper middle class lifestyle. I think that it's fair to say we were a little bit skeptical about how appealing NIO houses really were to Chinese consumers, but we met some of them, and I think that kind of changed our minds. In particular, a man called Ben Cui. And he was there picking up his brand new NIO, so he just spent $60,000.
He just paid $60,000 and he's just picking up.
And he, after much research, I think he had been researching this for a year, had decided that the NIO was the way forward for him. So instead of buying an American car or a German car or a Japanese car, he had decided he was going to go with a NIO. And part of the reason for that was that he liked this kind of entire social life that went with the car.
I mean, it's like, he's not. I mean, obviously, right? I mean, if they sell me an iPhone and they say I can go to the they have their own kind of Apple bar where you can drink and talk to people that only have access to this gold iPhone. I mean, it's better. It's a better deal than just buying a Tesla, because Tesla, they don't have this kind of things. So it's pretty smart idea that they're.
You're going to make friends through this car. And he was there with his parents, who I guess must have been probably maybe in their late 60s.
So what's interesting about this one is that
Selena, you had an exclusive.
What's interesting is that the this is the idea behind this, and I want you guys to realize that they're gonna, if those cars come to the US, they're gonna do the same thing. Okay, so far what we have seen an idea. We have seen that they are trying to sell cars. They're focusing on the quality, not on the mass production. It's the same thing that Tesla did when they started. They started with the Model S. The Model S was like $80,000, $100,000. Okay, then they went to the Model T, which the SUV was really expensive, the wing doors and all that stuff, and they started to go down. Why? Because you have to get the higher end of the product first with the quality, and then you go down. You go to a cheaper one. Let's see the last one. And I think that what we have seen so far is that there's similarities in the way that these people are running. It's simplicity, is the actual way that they run these things. And just to talk about just to mention something about this guy. This guy is there's this article that they call it the prophet of the Chinese electric car, right? So this guy is pretty much it's sometimes called or refers as to the Elon Musk of China. And he has this, interesting facts about this guy, right? It's often, like I said, Elon Musk of China. He invested in 32 companies in China and in the vehicle transfer. So he's deep into that. He pretty much has 56 investors are invested in NIO. It's Lenovo, TP, China Merchant, and China Industrial. I mean, this government backup right there, right? They got some buying power. They have their growing company, and they pretty much show that when they were enlisted in NYSE, they started with the big one, then they started doing these things what we saw, and they talk about NIO and Tesla and who will conquer the market. Look what this guy said. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. Tesla is the supermodel, while NIO is the girl next door. He's telling you that they're using Tesla to pretty much catch up to them. They're gonna be the next supermodels, in my opinion. So let's watch the last one that I have for you guys here, and let's understand where this is gonna go, because I think this one is important.
Selena, you had an exclusive interview with NIO's founder, William Li. Why is he so relaxed about what's going on with the stock price in the company?
Right, that's right. He was in surprisingly.
And remember that NIO has been falling a lot. So, I mean, it hit like 54, and now it's like 44 something. It tells you a lot. So this is why this one was made. It talks about
good spirits. I wasn't expecting that. And he was quite open to the fact that the company is facing an onslaught of challenges. It's laid off employees, it's delaying its plans to expand into the US, and reported its third consecutive month of declining vehicle deliveries. And he blamed some of the performance challenges on the broader issues in the China auto market. There's very weak demand. It's been exacerbated by the US-China trade war. But investors aren't convinced, and they're worried that at the rate of cash burn in their cost base, they may run out of funds by the end of the year. So I asked him about this funding issue, as well as what he makes of this record low stock price. Take a listen.
I think our investors don't understand our long-term value.
You heard that? Long-term value. I said that yesterday. And I think this is why you have to pay attention to what he's saying. And you have to start investing right now. Do your own research. Don't come crying to me, or don't come saying, oh, Jose, you said to invest in. You're responsible of your own financial decisions. You have to make your own research. And I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. I am responsible for my own money, my own investments, and how I put them. But right now, I'm just showing you the kind of things that I go through to understand.
For the standpoint of NIO, we have faith in our long-term value. There are complicated reasons led to the stock rise and fall, which is beyond our control. It's a very complicated thing, especially if there is a short-selling mechanism in the US.
But
He hit him right there. It's a short.
you speak of the challenges in the US. Meanwhile, the Chinese government is trying to attract the top technology companies to list on domestic exchanges. Is that something you would consider?
但是现在因为科创板还在很早，
Now the Shanghai Tech Board is still at an early stage. We need to look into its regulations, which is also very complicated. We will consider overseas investors' interests.
So the money that you have from this partnership in China, you think will be enough to last you through the rest of the year?
我们大的方向来讲，还是希望把美元的
Broadly speaking, we would like to connect the US and Chinese capital markets. NIO has raised funding from global investors. We haven't raised any RMB funding, but most of the funding are US dollar. Through the entity NIO China.
Here you go. I mean, they enlisted in the NYSE. They got a bunch of money there. I mean, of course.
We will be able to raise RMB funding in the future. As per the RMB fundraising, we definitely have a clear timetable. We hope to close the deal in the foreseen future. So far, we are on schedule.
It took Tesla 16 years to become profitable. How long is it going to take NIO?
你不可能让一个4岁、5岁的
You can't ask a 4 or 5-year-old toddler to make money. I think it's quite difficult. If you look at Tesla, it has been established for 16 years.
You heard that? Tesla has been established for 16 years. So think about this, right? He's right. He's right. They are starting right now. They are trying to catch up. But this is no Nikola, okay? These people know what they're gonna do, and these people know what they have a plan, and they're gonna follow it. They're gonna stick to it, and it looks like this guy's young. He's gonna push the envelope. But obviously, Tesla has the advantage, right? I mean, they've been for 16 years. I mean, these guys are starting up. They started like in 2014, and pretty much, not a long time ago. I mean, they started actually pushing the market, EV market.
NIO has only been established for over 4 years. I'm sure that we don't need over a decade to make profit.
So what are the plans for the United States? If you're not expanding in 2020, how are you thinking about the United States as a market long term?
所以我现在在lead一个 team，
I'm currently leading a team who's been working so hard, aiming to answer the question, what do NIO's product and service, NIO's community, mean to the US customers? What is the correct way to provide service to them? We will start to provide our service after we figure it out.
There you go. So he has a plan, right? He has a plan. This guy knows, he has one of the smartest minds working for him. I think he's pretty smart. So folks, the video today was pretty much to show you that NIO is being run by an entrepreneur. Okay. It doesn't matter if you're an engineer or not. It doesn't matter what you have. If you have the right people around you, you can drive the concept. It's like Steve Jobs did. It's like Jeff Bezos did. Is doing pretty much. Elon Musk is doing with all their companies, and this guy is gonna do it too. They haven't penetrated the U.S. market because they want to figure out if it's really gonna work what they're doing in China. The culture change it's huge between Asia and America and North America. So it's gonna be it's gonna be really interesting what's gonna happen with NIO. However, that doesn't mean that they're gonna sell a lot of cars here. If they focus on the high end, but then they start competing with Tesla, which I think they're gonna do, in my opinion, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great company. It's gonna potentially follow Tesla steps. So folks, if you want to invest some money, I would advise you to do your own research, read as much as you can, but put money in NIO. It's probably a long-term play. It's not going to be a 1 year, 2 year play. It's not going to be a buy today, sell tomorrow. You're going to have to hold it for 10 years or 5 years. So folks, I hope that you liked the video. I hope that you thumbs up. I hope you subscribe. Thanks for watching. It was a long video, but this is what's important, and some of you asked for it. So thank you very much, guys. See you later.